Hey guys, so we are now going to attempt to solve and graph inequalities. It's going to look a lot like the equations except for the solution. Instead of having one number, we will have a solution set basically. So what is the difference? If you look, here's just our basic equation that we started with that we just had a test over. So it's minus, I'm going to go ahead and solve for x, minus 3, 3x equals 15, divide both sides by 3, x equals 5. So I'm just going to pick any point. I'm going to make it a dot, and that dot represents 5. So an equation has one solution. So again, you should have your notes out at this point, and you're following along, filling them in so that you can refer back to these notes. Okay? So let's look at the next one, this inequality. It's the same exact equation as the equation, except there's an inequality sign in there. So that's the only difference. And we're going to see what the solution will look like on this one. So we have 3x. I'm going to bring a greater than symbol down and not an equal sign. And again, we have the 15. Divide both sides by 3. X is greater than 5. Now, when I finish, I want to make sure the X is on the left-hand side. It is. So it's good form, and it will help us with the graphing part. So again, I'm going to, I have a 5. So it's not going to be, the inequality sign is a greater than symbol. It is not a greater than equal than symbol. It's just a greater than. So would I put a circle or would I put a solid dot? You're right. It's going to be a circle. So it doesn't matter which one of these I pick, but I'm going to put a circle. But the solution says that x is greater than 5. So let's see, that would be 6, 7, 8. So I'd be going to the right on the number line. And you can see how that inequality is also pointing to the right. An inequality can have many solutions. Let's go to the next one. These are all inequalities. So we're just going to be practicing. And you notice almost immediately we're throwing in negative numbers. Greater than, equal to is what that means. It doesn't look like a squashed L. It looks like a backwards squashed L. So that's the greater than symbol. Negative 13, positive 3. So they're going to cancel each other out. So we end up with negative 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is greater than, equal to a negative 5. Now, when you write graphs or create graphs for me, I don't expect them to be elaborate or fancy. I want to make sure you have the circle or the dot part right. And so what is it? It's a greater than, equal to will be a circle or a dot. That's correct. It's going to be a solid dot. I'm going to put the 5 underneath it. And then it says x is greater than, whoops, I almost forgot the negative, negative 5. It's greater than, so again, greater is always going to the right. Let's try another one. Plus 4, again, following along. And feel free at any point if you want to pause the video and work ahead of me and see if you can't get an answer. So again, look, we have a negative 8 and a positive 4, so they're going to cancel each other out. We end up with a negative 4. I'm going to clear that fraction by multiplying both sides by 4. I get x is less than, equal to a negative 16. Again, my variables on the left-hand side. Circle or a dot, guys. It's correct. It's going to be a dot. I'm going to put a negative 16 under it, but this time x is less than that. So the less is always going to be going to the left. Less left. All right, now here's when it gets different. This is the one thing that's different in regards to really affecting the solution. If you multiply, while you're solving, if you multiply or divide by a negative, it will flip the sign. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to minus 6, I have an 18. This is gone. I bring the negative 6 down, negative 6x less than equal to. The next step is divide to get x by itself, and I am dividing by a negative. So what happens is that less than equal than symbol becomes a greater than equal to negative 3. So that's the part that I don't want you to miss. So again, circle or a dot. You're correct again. It's a dot. I'm going to put a negative 3 under it. Do I go to the right or the left? That's correct. I go to the right because x is greater than the negative 3. Last one. Again, we're learning this new kind of crazy part, throwing in lots of negatives, a negative 2 and a negative 6 and a positive 2. They cancel each other out, so it's a negative 4. I bring down the less than symbol. M is divided by a negative 3. So I'm going to do the opposite of dividing. I'm going to multiply both sides by a negative 3. And when you multiply or you divide by a negative, what happens? It flips the sign. So the less than is now a greater than. A negative times a negative is a positive. Do I put a circle or a dot? Right, it's a circle. I'm going to put the 12 underneath it. Am I going to go to the right or the left? Right again. I'm going to go to the right. So again, hopefully you're following along. If not, go back. Your notes page should be filled in by now. Okay, this is a great reference sheet for the next couple days. And then, of course, this is the last part that's leading up to the end of Unit 2. Good luck. I know you can do it. Bye-bye.